Good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday, March 21st, 2026. This is Truth News. I am Walter Bass. Today, we are going to explore a pattern we see developing. It just keeps happening. It started with Candace Owens, went into Charlie Kirk, then Tucker Carlson, now on to Joe Kent. What do all four of those people have in common? Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, Tucker Carlson, Joe Kent. They all opposed a war in the Middle East, whether it was Palestine, whether it was Iran, and they suffered character assassination, some of them real assassination. So that's what we're going to cover today, and we're going to cover a few other things. I got 2 shows written up. We're going to see if we can get through one whole one today. As always, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Let me pull up the photo here. And let me see, get it right. We are sponsored by the Presidential Combo, now available at McDonald's. The fried baby flesh sandwich between the bones of a fillet of fish with a large fry and a Diet Coke, $999.99. That's the McFetus sandwich with large fry, Diet Coke, $999.99. Now available at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Today is day 1654 since this serial child murderer, serial child rapist, pedophile, sex abuser of children, basically the scum of the scum of the scum of the earth, 16-year career of kidnapping, raping, torturing, murdering, and selling children, the devout Mormon from Riverside County, originally from Utah, 16 years worth of victims of children he has kidnapped, raped, tortured, murdered, and sold, State Judge Kelly Hansen from Riverside County, California, aided and abetted, of course, by the District Attorney Mike Hestron, and the Sinaloa Sheriff Chad Bianco, who all work for the Sinaloa cartel selling stolen American children to be raped to death, courtesy of the American taxpayer dollar and our children. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into today's show. Let's talk about Candace first, because she was the first one to be attacked. She went on her X account, I would say about a year ago, give or take, and said genocide is never okay. That's all she said. That's all she said. Genocide is never okay. She suffered attack after attack after attack, hatred, vile comments, threats, all for saying genocide is not okay. And she was referring to the Gaza Strip and the War of Palestine. So she was first. Charlie Kirk went to the White House just a couple of months before September 10th and told pedophile punk Donald Trump, do not go to war with Iran. Your base don't want it. No one wants it. It is a disaster. It is stupid. Don't do it. He took a chastising. And just a few months later, he was shot in the neck and murdered in front of the whole world for opposing the war in Iran. From there, we go to Tucker Carlson, who said this is all a disaster. This is Iraq 2.0. This is a forever war. Why are we sending troops into the Middle East to die for a foreign nation? This is America. And Tucker Carlson was called crazy, suffered all kinds of attacks, was threatened, and is under an FBI investigation or CIA investigation for being a foreign asset. That's right. Tucker Carlson, former Fox News host with his own podcast, who just tells the truth and calls it like he sees it, is being called a foreign agent. But the man who puts the Pete in incompetent, Pete Hegseth, who is working for a foreign nation, who is the Secretary of Defense, who is responsible for the murder of 13 United States military members, on behalf of a foreign nation also worked for Fox News, and there's no investigation into incompetent Pete Hegseth. But Tucker Carlson, for having a podcast, is under a CIA or FBI investigation. Isn't that ironic? Guess who else is under an FBI investigation? The director of the National Counterterrorism Intelligence, Mr. Joe Kent, who resigned respectively. He didn't do anything wrong. He just said, I don't want to be a part of this. I know what's going on, and I'm going to tell the truth about what's going on. And by the way, I quit. And now he is under an FBI investigation. So the FBI cannot investigate rape, murder, and sale of children for 30 plus years. Dating back to the 90s with the Farmer sisters, who went to the FBI and said that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein raped them. That cannot be investigated. All of the rape, the cannibalism, the sale, the abuse of children by the rich, powerful, elite, and politicians of the United States cannot be investigated by the FBI. But the director of National Counterterrorism Intelligence can be investigated because he quit, because he opposes United States military members being intentionally murdered for a foreign nation who does not give a damn about our country. They do not care about America. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about anything except power, control, and sex with children. Isn't that ironic? So, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Joe Kent, Tucker Carlson, and the FBI, the same FBI that will not investigate rape, murder, and cannibalism of children, same FBI would not allow Joe Kent to investigate the assassination of Charlie Kirk, murdered live in front of the whole world. So Joe Kent, the director of the National Counterterrorism Intelligence Agency, 11 tours in Iraq, Gold Star husband whose wife was killed in action during a war in the Middle East, left behind 2 children. He is the director for the National Counterterrorism Intelligence Agency. He's not allowed to investigate an assassination of one of the most beloved, respected, and influential political and spiritual figures of this generation. Are we following this? Because from what I'm seeing and hearing, the FBI is the largest terrorist organization in the United States of America. I know the FBI didn't investigate State Judge Kelly Hansen, who has 16 years worth of kidnapping, raping, torturing, abusing, murdering, and selling children. He's not been investigated. I know the FBI physically assaulted me 3 times, falsified my background to prevent me from working, made me live in a car for 3 years, put me on 3 mental health holds. I know what the FBI has done to me so Kelly Hansen could stick his dick in a 7-year-old boy. I know the FBI is investigating Joe Kent, who is really a national hero. Respect, admired. I mean, probably one of the most well-qualified people in the United States government, and decided to quit because I got a feeling he couldn't work with idiots, pedophiles, rapists, and scumbags. He probably didn't want to work with alcoholics and whores like Nancy Mace and Pete Hegseth. Maybe Anna Paulina Luna. We all know why she's up there. It ain't for her intelligence. No, I heard when Anna Paulina Luna walks in a room, everybody says, choo, choo. Train time. The CIA will investigate Tucker Carlson, but not Erica Kirk. So Erica Kirk, who can't explain where she was the days leading up to her husband's murder, in which she inherited her husband's business worth hundreds of millions of dollars, took over and went out to a pyrotechnic show, was hugging all over other men, making a complete spectacle of herself. She can't be investigated for the murder of her husband, which she has motive. hundreds of millions of dollars and taking over his business, I'd say that's a motive to murder your husband. Laughing just hours after your husband was brutally murdered on camera in front of the whole world, laughing about it, giving speeches at TPUSA, that doesn't warrant an investigation. But Joe Kent resigning from his post and telling the truth about why he's resigning warrants an investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting crazy. Trafficking children can't be investigated, but telling the truth gets you murdered. That's where we are as a society, as a nation, as a country. Trafficking children warrants absolutely no investigation from any intelligence or law enforcement agencies in the United States of America. But telling the truth will get the CIA, the FBI, Homeland Security all looking at you. We're going to get to where all this is going. And no charges for child rapists. None whatsoever. Les Wexner, all these people who went to Epstein Island, Leon Blackstone. There's so many of them. Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, trafficking children from Africa, Greg Laurie, Harvest Church from Riverside County. All of these people raping, murdering, and trafficking innocent children from the United States of America. No charges, no investigation. But Joe Kent, 11 tours of service for his country in the Middle East, warrants an investigation. You know, these are the same people, and I say this, and I hope somebody hears this. These are the same people that want us to believe that Jeffrey Epstein is dead and Benjamin Netanyahu is alive. Let that sink in for a minute. They want us to believe that Jeffrey Epstein is dead and Benjamin Netanyahu is alive. Which, to be true, they are all little Jeffrey Epsteins. Prince Andrew, all of these people, Donald Trump, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro's, they're all little Jeffrey Epsteins. Every one of them. Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, all little Jeffrey Epsteins. And now the man who put the Pete in incompetent, Pete Hegseth, is asking for $200 billion so he can go bomb more children's schools in Iran. We need more Tomahawk missiles to murder more children in foreign countries. Because that's what the United States of America does now. We murder children in foreign countries. We don't just murder children here in America. No, we've expanded our empire. We're murdering children all over the world. And we need $200 billion to do it. Yeah. Do you see a pattern and the players involved in this pattern? And I'm going to go through a list of people. Erica Kirk, J.D. Vance, Officer Tatum, Ben Shapiro, Mark Levine, Lindsey Graham, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Donald Trump, Tim Pool, Fox News, Pete Hegseth, Mike Johnson, Laura Loomer, Caroline Levitt, Scott Bessent, Jared Kushner, Steve Wyckoff, and a whole lot of other members. They're an evil satanic occult. We know who their master is. We know who they serve. They serve Satan and the Antichrist. I mean, that is as blunt and as plain as I can put it. Whether you believe in it or not, they believe in their master, Satan. They hate God. They hate children. They hate America. They hate American citizens. They don't care. These people are amoral, completely amoral. Bags of flesh. Empty. Just godless, soulless heathens, locusts, predators, vultures. They are the scum of the earth, these people. And I don't even know why these reporters, why are they still boarding Air Force One to be insulted and humiliated by a child rapist? Donald Trump rapes children. Why would you get on a plane with that man to ask questions so he can call you fat or piggy or stupid or ignore you? Why are you subjecting yourself to disrespect by a man who rapes, beats, and murders children? I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. I wouldn't give him the dignity of even speaking to me. I would turn my back. As soon as he opened his nasty mouth, I would turn around and walk away, give him my back. Why? And you got to say it because they're a part of it. It's the Kabuki Theater Show. It's all one big Kabuki Theater Show. It's a reality show production. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. It's exposed. We all see you for who and what you are. So, on the flip side of that, we have what normies or, human beings that have a conscience, that have a soul, that have morals and ethics and values and integrity. And these people are Candace Owens, Ian Schultz, Theo Vaughn, Sean Ryan, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Ian Carroll, Nate Vahala, Anna Kasparian and Jink of the Young Turks, Coach Colin, Baron Coleman. These are the people who have a conscience, a soul, dignity, morals, values, integrity. And we have an entire pedophile hill filled with demons and creatures that eat children, drink their blood, rape them when they're toddlers. They gnaw on newborns. They chew on children. They feast on fetuses. That's the truth. That's the truth. And what's really just blowing my mind, and I'm beside myself about this. Nobody's batting an eye. We're acting like this isn't real, like it's not happening. Like there aren't pedivores. That's what they are, pedivores. There's herbivores that eat plants. There's carnivores that eat meat. And now we have pedivores that eat children. And that's what resides in Washington, D.C. Capitol Police Intelligence. Pedivores. They eat children. Let me say that it's 2026 in the United States of America. And the government, the rich, the powerful, and the elites from Hollywood to Pedophile Hill to Predator Beach eat babies. Do you understand what I am saying? They eat babies. Cannibalism of children in the United States of America. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Ellen DeGeneres, Donald Trump eat babies. The list goes on and on. Prince Andrew, on and on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are people eating babies? That's number one. Number two is, what the hell are reporters and media and camera people, why are they entertaining this? Why are they still going up there and drooling for a comment, begging for a question? What are we doing? I mean, somebody at some point has to stand up and say, like a Joe Kent. Joe Kent did the most admirable thing you could do and said, I'm done. I'm not going to be a part of this. I don't want to be involved in any of this. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much power you give me. I'm done. I'm not doing this. Why don't all of these media outlets just stop showing up to the press briefings? Why don't you just shut down the cameras, shut down the microphones, and say, you know what? Let Laura Loomer report on it. Let loony Laura Loomer report on it with all the plastic in her face and her head. Let her do her reporting. They want that to be the press. Let it be the press. Nobody's going to give her any attention. And these media outlets are burning down their own organizations. Nobody's watching them anymore. Nobody's watching Fox. Nobody's watching ABC. CBS is done. Ben Shapiro's done. Mark Levine done. Officer Tatum done. Anybody supporting cannibalism of children, rape of children, the genocide of children, bombing children's schools. Anybody supporting that is done. And why is that even a talking point? Like this is actually negotiable? Like somebody's going to try to defend this? Defend dropping a Tomahawk missile on a girls' school, murdering 155 children. Go. Defend it. I want to hear it. What's your excuse? I don't want to hear it's a mistake. It's 2026. They got technology. They found Saddam Hussein hiding in a hole in the middle of the desert. That was years ago. So, how do you defend dropping a Tomahawk missile on a children's school, murdering 155 innocent children? And you got the audacity to get in front of a camera and say, oh, we're investigating it. While we investigate that, we need $200 billion more dollars. I don't think so. I don't think so. So, here's the truth. And that's what this is. This is Truth News. And we just tell the truth. I don't care if I have 1 subscriber, 0 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, 1 billion subscribers. I don't care about followers. I don't care. I really don't. I do this. I make these videos every day. I copy the link and I send it across the country. And I don't even know if my emails are going out. I really don't know if these links are being seen by anybody. For all I know, the FBI shut down all of my technology and it goes to some server in Hillary Clinton's server stash that she had, her little private server. I don't know. But here's what I do know. Here's the truth. The United States of America is a dying empire that is flailing right now. Flailing. Completely in tantrum mode. They have lost all respect. They have lost all power. They have lost all control. And they have lost all credibility. Not just with its own citizens. Around the world. Around the world, the United States government had the military, the intelligence agencies, the organizations, top to bottom, have no respect, no credibility, no power, no control. That's the truth. And they are doing everything they can like a child throwing a tantrum, wasting all of their time and their energy with just nonsensical lies, propaganda that is juvenile, to say the least. Some of the stuff these people say and expect us to believe is completely outlandish. Completely. I wouldn't have believed some of the stuff I hear coming out of the Pentagon, incompetent Pete Kegsbreath, Donald Trump. Some of the stuff, it's a war, it's a skirmish, it's a military strike, it's a skirmish, it's a war, it's a military strike. We're not at war, we are at war. We don't need the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to open the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to escort. We need help opening the Strait of Hormuz, but we don't need the Strait of Hormuz. I wouldn't have believed this stuff when I was 12 and 13 years old. I mean, nobody else believes it, surely. I guess this is what you get when you get an 80-year-old child rapist, a pedophile, and a murderer for president. I guess this is what you get. I guess we should have known when he married an escort, married a call girl, Melania Trump, at 80 years old, raping kids, married a call girl, murdered his wife, buried her at a golf course. I guess we should have known what we were getting. Lesson learned, but it's a little too late now. So we're at the 24-minute mark. We're going to always close with a Bible verse. Tomorrow's show is going to be on AIPAC. What it was before, how it started. I got to do some more research on that. But that is going to be tomorrow's show if I don't do it later tonight, which I doubt. It's my mother's birthday today. It is Saturday, March 21st, 2026. My mother's 76 years young today, still spry, agile, mobile, and hostile. Thank God for that. And we are going to read from Ephesians. Let's see, where was the verse I found? Where was it? It was about the truth. Let's read Ephesians 4, let's start at 4:21. If indeed you have heard him and have been taught in him, just as truth is in Jesus, that in reference to your former manner of life, you lay aside the old self, which is being corrupted in accordance with the lusts of deceit, and that you be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and put on the new self, which in the likeness of God has been created in righteousness and holiness of the truth. That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you believe in the truth. If you believe in being a lying scumbag, you serve Satan. I mean, good, evil, truth, lies, God, Satan. It's very simple. And if you don't understand that battle lines are being drawn right now, that this is truly a spiritual war happening right now, it has everything to do with God and Satan, then I highly recommend you read Revelations 12. You can read Ephesians. You can read Matthew. It is littered all throughout the Bible. All of this has been written. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Share these videos. I will let you know if I ever get my child's teeth back, or fingernails, or toenails, or hair from the United States government that kidnapped him, molested him, and murdered him 1,654 days ago. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. I will see you tomorrow.